Good morning. I'm Wendell Nicholson with the Northeast Church of Christ in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and I appreciate you um joining me this morning for this devotional. I've been thinking about words that we use and how they've come to change meanings, and this morning I want to talk about in particular the word awe or awesome. You know, you hear it every day. In fact, I was looking through my emails just a while ago or my texts, and twice my grandkids used it in a context of something was awesome. I have a hard time using it that way because it's changed meanings. To me, it still means revere and fear. That's what the word means. If you look it up, it means revere. You revere and fear something. That's why it's awesome because you have it's a fear and a reverence too. That's why it refers to God so often as um, uh, the awesome God. In fact, in Psalms, so often it says, "How awesome are your words! You are awesome from your sanctuary, uh, awesome above all those. Your great and awesome name." And Moses was awesome beside the Red Sea. You know, it goes on and on about, and it also usually has to do with things that God has done. And so I have a hard time using it just cold, you know. Something's not awesome to me unless it's with reverence and fear, because that's what the word means. But I was thinking about Desert Storm. You remember not Desert Storm, maybe it was the Iraqi War. But anyway, they had what they called this period of shock and awe. You remember the bombing that went on at that time, and it was just a continual barrage, very shocking, very awe-inspiring, I guess, of what was going on. Uh, and it was called shock and awe. Well, I think of the Lord and how awesome He is. I think of things much more awesome than the shock and awe of that Iraqi war. Uh, in fact, when I think of that Iraqi war and the shock and awe that we saw on TV, I remember some of the firework displays you've seen, and then they have uh, at the end of it, they seem like they throw everything in there at once, and it's just uh, an amazing show of fireworks. Just go boom, 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 boom. Just a continual thing that goes on sometimes for minutes and minutes. And that's kind of the way that shock and awe was in the Iraqi war. It was just a barrage. It went on and on and on. And it got people's attention. And that was what the purpose of it was. Well, to me, God being awesome is a totally different thing, so far much greater than all those things. I go back to Genesis 1, in fact, when God created the heavens and the earth. Can you imagine what was taking place at that time? It wasn't an ordinary, oh, here, poof, here, it's this, you know. In my mind, the world took shape, and it wasn't quiet. When God made the world, He made it amazing, and in my mind, it wasn't quiet. I visualize the ground splitting asunder. I'm just the hills taking place, the oceans separating out. That's not quiet. That is awesome because God did it. The power of God could do that. There's a lot in the Bible about awesome things, but in Psalms there's a lot of things. Holy and awesome is His name, talking about God. Uh, and awesome above all those, all else. You are awesome in your sanctuary. Who is awesome in his deeds toward how awesome are your works? You and awesome things for you in your land. The Lord, who is great and awesome. I guess right up there at the top. Holy and awesome is his name. It just goes on and on explaining about the awesomeness of God and how great he is. Reverence and fear. Remember, we want to keep remembering what the word means. Awesome and fear. Reverence and fear. There's so many times we use, in fact, it was mentioned the email text that I received today about something was awesome, talking about pictures. Yeah, to me that's not awesome because I don't reverence it. I don't fear it. Now, I know what the younger section of the people think of it, and I'm not trying to criticize them. I'm just saying what it is to me. When I think of God and how awesome are his works. And above all of that, we can look back and see the awesomeness of God and how he gave up his son. He gave his son for me. Why? Who am I that God would allow his son to die for me? Oh yeah, that's awesome. That leaves me in awe thinking about what he has done for me. And the good thing, he's done it for you too. It's not something that we should take lightly, but it is something we all should take because of this awesomeness. We can have salvation through Jesus and through that death, burial, and resurrection. What a deal. What a deal. What an awesome thing that was. I want you to think right now about where you would be without God in your life. Maybe you don't have God in your life. Maybe you need God in your life. How awesome it would be to have a God who is awesome, like our God, who demands the respect and fear because of who he is, what he has done, and what he will do for you and me. I thank the Lord every day for what he has done for me. I can't imagine why. I'm not worth it. We sing a song about one of the verses is such a worm as I. Sometimes when I think of myself in the presence of God, I think of myself as a worm. Now he doesn't think of me that way. I don't think so. We sing another song, and it's about great song. I love the song. I stand. The chorus is, I stand in awe of you. I stand in awe of you, holy God, to whom all praise is due. I stand in awe of you. Oh, we do, don't we? We stand in awe of God. I think sometime when we sing that song, we get more caught up with the standing than we do thinking about the awesomeness of God. Wow. What an awesome God we have. I appreciate you following us on this devotional this morning. Thanks for being here.